Welcome to Sundays and Seasons on-demand training. You have chosen the video that introduces subscribers to the add-on modules that are available for sundaysandseasons.com. This video is part of the Frequently Asked Questions series. One frequently asked question is simply, how can we get the most of what Sundays and Seasons has to offer? One of the great features of having a deluxe subscription to sundaysandseasons.com is the ability to enhance your cloud-based worship planning experience with add-on modules and platform extensions that offer additional content and functionality. For modest annual subscription fees, preachers, multimedia worship teams, and musicians can all connect with Sundays and Seasons like never before. Shortly, I'm going to take you live onto the site to demonstrate what I mean. But in summary, for $39 a year, preachers can find digital content on Sundays and Seasons that supports their efforts to proclaim the Word in lectionary-based, seasonally appropriate ways. For $99 per year, your media teams can download high-resolution, high-impact, highly appropriate video for mainline and progressive evangelical congregations that are keyed into the revised Com lectionary. For $79 per year, your church musicians can enjoy the Prelude Music Planner, now with full integration with sundaysandseasons.com. Sometimes referred to as Sundays and Seasons for Musician, Prelude has been a separate subscription website, but now the planning that church musicians do in Prelude syncs up with the latest version of Sundays and Seasons. By way of demonstration, let's go live on sundaysandseasons.com to consider what's available in these add-ons and extensions for the day of Pentecost. When you go to sundaysandseasons.com, above the lectionary banner calendar, you'll see the tabs for key content areas, including preaching and visuals. First, let's check out the visuals area for the day of Pentecost. Think of the visuals area as the digital art gallery in Sundays and Seasons that contains collections of clip art, high-resolution Bible maps, PowerPoint slide templates, and now the optional Video and Loops module. How many of you use or would like to use high-quality, lectionary-based videos in worship? If you have a deluxe subscription to sundaysandseasons.com, you have the opportunity to directly download video that we have curated according to the church year calendar from the best of Travis Reed's The Work of the People project. Curated for the day of Pentecost, we find 5 videos and loops. Anyone can preview these videos, but I'm going to show you the high-resolution clip that's available to Video and Loops module subscribers. There's so much energy behind this video for the day of Pentecost. This video and many more are included in the $99 a year Video and Loops add-on module to your deluxe subscription to Sundays and Seasons, perhaps for use in pre-service reflection, gatherings or sendings, calls to worship, illustrations, or exclamation points for sermons. However you choose to use video in your church, please know that this add-on Video in Loops module is a vast and varied collection, and because it's in SundaysandSeasons.com, you can trust that they will always be appropriate to the liturgical calendar. Moving to the left across the tab, let's check on the Preaching module. The team that recently redesigned SundaysandSeasons.com truly thought of it as a platform for everyone involved in worship planning, at the parish administrators, musicians, media and visual arts teams, and preachers alike. To this end, the best of our classic New Proclamation Day essays and season essays are available for preachers in this digital form. For instance, Philip L. Culbertson's essay on Genesis 11 recollects his famous godmother's thoughts about truth as it relates to this text on the Tower of Babel. My godmother, Madeline L'Engle, used to remind me that not everything that is true can necessarily be scientifically proven. For the very same $39 per year that subscribers to New Proclamation spent for this great material, preachers can now access the Sundays and Seasons add-on Preaching module. We've also conveniently folded into this module Gail Ramshaw's lectionary notes, creative ideas for the day, as well as brand new introductions to the day, seasonal tips, and essays under crafting the sermon. I'd especially like to highlight the From a Scholar essay. These essays offer the perspective of someone who comes at the day and readings with the eyes of an academic. However, we intentionally asked those crafting these essays to address the following question: what would you want your own preaching pastor to be aware of in these readings within this liturgical day or season? Karen Wiseman, Associate Professor of Homiletics and Director of the United Methodist Studies at the Lutheran Theological Seminary in Philadelphia, writes, "The coming of the Spirit is a reverse image of the Tower of Babel. In the Babel story, chaos ensued as people could not understand one another. In this moment of Pentecost, the opposite is true, and extends the motif of unity and faith even more dramatically. With ideas that exegete culture and local communities, our mentor preachers reveal how they would bring the texts, the day and season to bear upon their own congregations." Susan C. Johnson, the National Bishop of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Canada, writes in her From a Preacher contribution to the Day of Pentecost, "Our church has not been abandoned. The Spirit is still with us, breathing new life into us, filling us with courage to face the challenges before us and risk being transformed into something new." So for just $39 a year, all of this fresh, inspirational, and digital content is available for today's homileticians, curated and downloaded via the add-on Preaching module in your SundaysandSeasons.com subscription. As I've said, there's something for everyone in the cloud-based collaborative worship planning space we call Sundays and Seasons. But before we conclude this on-demand video, I would like to show our church musicians something. We are into a completely different platform right now, PreludeMusicPlanner.com. I'm here to quickly demonstrate the extended functionality of Sundays and Seasons as it relates to Prelude. Church musicians may already know about the Prelude Music Planner's capability to help them do 4 important tasks. 1, buy new church music. 2, build service plans in a similar fashion as SundaysandSeasons.com, but with tools unique to church musicians. And 3, blend your congregation's existing music catalog with new Prelude purchases to form a cloud-based music planning database and hub of activity for the music ministry of your congregation. And related to this, now Prelude and Sundays and Seasons users can share their efforts. If you have both websites on the same billing account, these two powerful platforms can now interact with one another. Allow me to demonstrate. Church musicians are often way ahead of pastors in regard to their preparations. Because of all the moving parts in their ministry, their own personal practicing, choir practices, working with handbells, etc., church musicians are often whole seasons ahead, if not months, quarters, and perhaps the entire year. But now a church musician planning for Pentecost Sunday in Prelude can search through choral keyboard, and instrumental music collections of Augsburg Fortress, Morning Star, Schirmer, Hope Music Publishing, Choristers Guild, GIA, and place those items into their plans. Let me demonstrate by searching on something for Pentecost related to Acts 2, 1 through 21, the first reading. 106 results of church music from all of those publishers show up in Prelude. I am not a church musician, but I can appreciate the power of being able to find music of a certain key or vocal range, to find music perhaps that uses certain instruments or is SAB versus SATB. So let's look for a soprano, alto, bass selection. Alleluia, Sing to Jesus. Sounds great. I'm going to move Alleluia, Sing to Jesus into David's Pentecost Sunday demo. And there it is, between the readings, the first and the second reading. Now let's take a look at how Sundays and Seasons interacts with Prelude by way of the Edit in Sundays and Seasons button. Here's David's Pentecost Sunday demo as it appears in Sundays and Seasons. Let's see if we can find that anthem. And there it is, between the first and second reading. Perhaps the pastor wants to use that somewhere else, maybe as the Alleluia verse. And so the pastor drags it down here and omits the gospel acclamation. Let's go back to Prelude and see if pastor's changes are evident there. Back in Prelude, we see that, yes indeed, the anthem is now moved between the second reading and the gospel. For $79 a year, the Prelude Music Planner is a great resource by itself, and that includes 125 Prelude points to buy music annually and a standing 20% off of Augsburg Fortress print music. However, now the Prelude Music Planner and Sundays and Seasons are a harmonious duet. This concludes our Sundays and Seasons on-demand training video entitled Add-on Modules from the SundaysandSeasons.com Frequently Asked Questions series. Check out our other on-demand training modules to learn more about the rich and reliable online worship planning platform that is SundaysandSeasons.com. And, I should add, PreludeMusicPlanner.com. Please know it's our goal to help you get the most out of your subscription to Sundays and Seasons.